Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sing or Naya. Thank you so much for the support. And you know what? It is still Black History Month, and I am still going to say it again. Happy Black History Month to you all. I hope you all are doing great, right? So I saw a video about a white woman telling Black people that I don't know what it feels like to be a Black person or a person of color. But one thing I know for sure is that if I were to be a Black person, I would never have a person I will never have white people as a friend. She also gave her opinion and all that. And somebody stitched a black woman stitched the video to tell her experiences. And this is not like the first or the second or the third time I have shared something like this here. People always have their opinion. I remember there was a video, a black girl, with her friend, she has white friends. And each time they tell her that she is really very pretty, her friend, her friend gets so jealous, so they feel like, everything is just supposed to be the world is just supposed to evolve around us and all that. And from this lady's experiences and all that, it is like, boom, how are you going to have white friends that go around saying the N word around you when you are saying the N word? Or maybe you're finding out that they said, the N word and all that. And also, there is something they said about Africans, Sterling and the rest of it, forgetting that she is also a black person, even if she's Black American. I mean, certain Black American is is so in me as an African if you really know your root and all that. But you know what? Let's get into this.
It's like to be a woman of color, but I do know that if I were a woman of color, my number one thing, no brainer, would be that I would have no white women friends. Because one, the odds of that white woman being a good person are low. The odds are against you because she's probably going to be a white supremacist. She's probably going to be at least racist, minimally. And at the very, very least, she's going to most likely tie herself to white men above all else, above other women. Two, the amount of weaponization of emotion that I see just from white women on this app is crazy. The amount of times that I have seen, you made me feel sad and therefore that's bad. Oh, that made me feel weird and therefore the law is that is bad. It is so weird how they have decided that their emotion is law. And also just their desire, our desire to speak opinion on shit that you know nothing about. Nothing about. Why is your opinion about Beyonce's Grammy so big? Because it didn't affect you and therefore it doesn't affect anyone because your feelings are law? And the halftime performance I've seen, it's so annoying. What the fuck are you talking? I wouldn't have a single white friend. I don't know what it's like to be a woman of color, but I do know that if I were a woman of color, my number one thing, no brainer, would be that I would have no white women friends.
First off, I just want to say chef kisses on the video, Haley. And thank you for bringing up this topic because you reminded me how many racist situations and fucked up situations I've been in the past because I've surrounded myself with the wrong white women. I want to start with my earliest experience of everything that Haley's talking about in this video. I was a part of a TikTok creator house. We were in Sherman, Texas. I was the only black girl. Things were great. They loved me. And then one of my housemates kept saying the N-word. And when I tell you that when I addressed that the N-word was being said, everybody's emotions towards me changed. I was the ultimate problem of everything with this house going wrong because I was being subjected to hearing the N-word said. When I tell you there was videos of people sobbing, crying, coming forward to say that I was lying about the N-word being said, and then not even a moment after all of these people stopped being friends, they start saying that it was true. And stopped there. I want to give you guys another example. So I went to the National Finals Rodeo, and there was this girl there. I don't know her from Adam and Eve. I probably wouldn't recognize her if I seen her in person today. I ran into Dr. Weber from Grey's Anatomy. And she came up to me at the same time that I seen him. So she makes a video saying that she met the worst influencer ever. I'm not thinking she's talking about me. I didn't even see the video. You know what? I want to make a point though. So many of my counterparts, my white counterparts in that industry, seen that video. Even girls I thought I was friends with until after all this situation happened. They didn't even tell me that the video might have been about me. They just started acting weird towards me. But I did look for her after I took this picture. Bruh. It went from me being the worst influencer ever to me and her were at the same party and I bumped into her and she almost fell. And I didn't take it serious. I thought it was a whole joke, for real. As a black woman in that moment, I learned that when they can't fuck up what you have going on, they come for your character. Anyways, when I tell y'all, I had never seen more people that I thought was my friends in her comments, white women, that I didn't even know that I had issues with me, that smile in pictures next to me. So boom, all that happened. I'm the worst influencer ever because I bumped into somebody. Like, people don't bump into people at Walmart all the time. I wanted to annihilate my character in any way that she could, and the only way that she could do that was making me the aggressor, making me seem like I was physical with her. When I tell y'all a white woman's tears are real, I did so much work for this brand, and boom, the moment something negative was said about me, boom, they unfollowed me. I was like, damn, don't just unfollow me. Take all my pictures down too. All the free work that I did for you, you know? And I say all of that because it's not about what I lost, but it's the double standard. I was cool with this girl for so long. Pictures smiling. She calls me crying when things happen in her life. I call her crying. The moment that white girl spoke negatively on me, boom, never heard from her again. But you know what was crazy? I remember whenever people were going through her old tweets and she used to always say the N-word, and she contacted me to apologize about saying the N-word. And I was like, girl, we cool. You know, like, those are old tweets back in the day. Like, I can, but the moment you as a person of color does something that does not align with their white ideology of you, whew, the double standards be double standarding. I want to give y'all another example. I was friends with this girl. She made a video talking about how if you go to Africa and you're white, that the black people are going to rob you. I'm like, damn, did she forget that she has black friends when she made that video? I messaged her on Instagram. Hey, this makes me uncomfortable. Like, you know, I'm your black friend. Whoa. When I tell y'all, she waited months until somebody else was talking about. When I tell y'all, when the girl said that I bumped into her and she fell, then she makes a video talking about, oh, I've just never supported her. I never liked her. Where did all this come from? When I tell you they will group together to try to bring you down, boom, I want to use her as an example too. She commented in the comments talking about she just kept walking in front of me. Am I threatening, or is my skin color threatening? I'm so confused because so many people walk in front of people all the time. But like, as a black woman, you cannot have your opinion about things and not like people and then be comfortable about it, because then they start spewing stories or making shit up about you. So it's like, girl, the only reason I don't like you is because you made a post whenever George Floyd was killed and said that there was more support for George Floyd than there was for the military men and women that lost their lives in battle. And I addressed it. It made me uncomfortable because that man was murdered. And then these are people that know that they are taking the chance to lose their lives. So you don't like me, so now you want to bandwagon on and say I was walking in front of you? Like, I don't like you. It's just, you're not somebody I want to be around. That was it. I say all of that to say, the moment they can weaponize your skin color against you and make you look like what they act like black people act like, just be careful. And I do want to say Haley's video was way deeper than the points that I've mentioned in this video. I just wanted to give you guys some context of how this shit actually works and how deep it is. And that sometimes the racism be smiling right in your face and calling you sis and calling you bestie.
It means that that's racism because they don't celebrate White History Month.
So we gonna tell the truth, shame the devil. The only reason why you do not want a Black History Month is because you cannot stand to see your forefathers look like the hellraisers that they were. The way you want to celebrate your ancestors whenever Black History Month comes around, it makes that null and freaking void. Okay? Like, as soon as you turn around and want to celebrate Thomas Jefferson and crap, right? You got to hear about Sally, the lady he kept in a damp, windowless box of a room that he would go down there and have his way with. And you got to hear all that during the month of February, because it's the freaking truth. You can't celebrate nobody. You can't celebrate nobody in peace, because February come around, it knock all that good stuff out you said about somebody. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff you want to believe. This is simply not freaking true when February come around. See, that junk don't make you feel right. It don't make you feel good. And then you still want to holler about how you want a White History Month. You know, here's the thing. First of all, I already said this before. You do not want a White History Month. You just saying that junk because you really don't want to learn white history. You want to make up some fabrications. You already got the fabrications, so just go ahead and keep the fabrications. But if you did have a White History Month, did you know that Black folks would not care? We would not feel any kind of way. Why? Because I don't care what you say about the White History Month. It's not gonna make us look bad. But see, it's not gonna ever make us look bad because we ain't do nothing to y'all. Okay? But see, here's the thing. Like, and that's why we'll never feel bad. The way you feel bad about Black History Month every year, you got to be reminded about how nasty, stinking, and dirty that your ancestors treated everybody and still be treating people. Okay? We don't have to worry about that. And see, during Black History Month, we see how we actually healed the sick when white physicians could not heal the sick. Okay? We was trying to figure out why the flip we had to nurse y'all babies. Okay? That's what the flip we trying to figure out during Black History. We was doing good stuff. You know what I mean? Because apparently y'all couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as cannibalism is concerned, there was a bunch of that going on. You know what I'm saying? But we wasn't doing it. Y'all was doing it. So there's nothing you can say during White History Month that'll make us say, oh, please don't. Black History Month, every year you got to be reminded about how nasty, stinking, and dirty that your ancestors treated everybody and still be treating people. Okay? We don't have to worry about that. And see, during Black History Month, we see how we actually healed the sick when white physicians could not heal the sick. Okay? We was trying to figure out why the flip we had to nurse y'all babies. Okay? That's what the flip we trying to figure out during Black History. We was doing good stuff. You know what I mean? Because apparently y'all couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as cannibalism is concerned, there was a bunch of that going on. You know what I'm saying? But we wasn't doing it. Y'all was doing it. So there's nothing you can say during White History Month that'll make us say, oh, please don't teach the White History Month. Because, no, we'll help teach White History Month. We'll help teach it. We'll tell you what was fake and what was real. We will do that. Okay? That's what we'll do. But to say that, oh, Black History Month, we don't need to learn that because it causes racism. No, racism was way before Black History Month was even
She
created.
said what she said, and that it's on period. I love the fact that she is standing on business. And like she said, the racism might be standing right in front of you and they still call you friend and all that. And that is all you need to know. This is like literally every Black woman's experience, especially when you work with them in your offices and all that. This is also something that I have experienced. And okay, I don't know if I should tell my, but I am just going to leave it at that. I remember somebody, okay, did I tell you people that they used to call me Chocolata? Chocolata, where I work. Not until I had it, I was like, what do you mean by chocolata? What does that mean? And they said, because your skin is brown like chocolate. And those people really know how to get on some people's nerves and all that. And there was also a day somebody, I think a child, called me something in his language, in Turkish language, right? At first, I didn't know what that means. And I asked the next child, and guess what? He used a translator to translate that. And guess what that says? Slave. I am not lying. I am not lying. That was, I terminated. I used to be his also private lesson teacher, right? I terminated my this thing with the family. When the mother, I said, no, I am no longer going to come and teach your son because he said something. And she was like, oh, I never knew about it. I said, yeah, but I won't come. I do not deal with them anymore. So this is absolutely like Black women's day-to-day experiences and the rest of it. And one thing I am no longer seeing, one thing I have learned so far talking or being in this space with Black women or Black people in general is that I've been able to learn a whole lot, because some of them comes like friendship and some of them comes like joke, but they meant what they are saying and there is nothing you can. They meant it. So when you all told me, when they say something or when they do something, believe them. Do not make excuses for them. And that is what I do anymore. I do not make excuses for people because they will never make excuse for me because of my skin color and all that. And I don't know why, but something I do not even fancy or find so fun is how people are going to be your friend or people you interact with, right? And they know that this particular word is something some people do not like or they do not want it to say that, yet they still want to say it. I do not know. And also, the truth is that I really do not understand this people, how they feel so oppressed. Like, how can somebody wake up, an old person wake up and start asking, why is it that there is no white history? What do you want to do with white history? The war started with white history, and it has always been white history. Every day is also white history. How is a full grown man? How did he wake up to say, why is it that we don't have white history? It's only Black History Month. It's only Black History Month because we deserve to have a particular month to remind us of ourselves, because you all strip that away from Black people. Yeah, but you still have, anyway, do you people have, do they even have culture? They stripped away people's everything about people and still lying about it. Still went further to say that slavery was beneficial to slaves. You can imagine the lies that these people go around lying and all that. And now, to all my people, one thing I'm going to tell you people is that do not. One thing I know is that Black people are so vocal. I don't know how you people do it, but it's something that I love. I love it. The fact that you, or when something happens to you, you all do not keep quiet. You know, there are some things that will happen to people, especially where they come from, and they're like, they start shying. No, Black people do not shy away. They come out and they say the way it is. It is left for you to buckle up or not. So I love the fact that you all are so vocal about everything going around in your community. And also, I am also learning that, no, I have always been a very vocal person all my life. But now, this time around, there is no limit. You just have to say, the way it is. And that is how it should. I am going to draw the curtain here. I appreciate you all. It is still Black History Month. And I am still saying Happy Black History Month to us. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.